So, now I'll admit, due to the fact that I've been, running around having to do things like go to a funeral, look for some clothes for a wedding because I'm going to be a groomsman, paying bills, working at my job, this and that. It just, everything right now is becoming very hectic. So I'm not going to lie, I haven't been eating efficiently enough as of late. But I think this will pretty much make up for it. Yeah. But this is not what this video is about, actually. See, as I mentioned earlier, I have a wedding to attend to sometime next month, and I'm going to be a groomsman, which I have no problem with. The thing that I kind of find funny, though, is I don't know if it's just me or maybe, probably friends or people I hang out with and whatnot. Why is it that when people who are getting married or is engaged feel like they can be the best go-to people to try to help single people get in relationship? I mean, yeah, I'm gonna admit it. I am single. I'm actually comfortable being single. I mean, the mentality I sort of have is whatever happens, happen. I just rather have things become more natural instead of forced. But, you know, speaking of, relationships though, I was actually, a couple weeks ago talking to a couple guys and a couple girls, wanting to see their input, their insight about relationships. And a few of them actually said some very, very, from their own experience, in-depth ideas. For example, it is a fact that everybody, either a man or a woman, everybody have issues. It's true, nobody's perfect. We all have some sort of niche that A, is going to throw people off, or B, is something that we have to deal with ourselves. Once you get into a relationship, you're already openly admitting the fact that you're saying, hey, I want to take some of your crap and combine it with my crap, and let's see how both of us can deal with each other's crap. Kind of like that. And another thing that sort of, I don't remember who exactly it was that said this, but it really sort of opened my eyes a little bit. You see, a lot of people who always say like about soulmates or, oh, I'm looking for the one, it's a good thought. It's a good theoretical thought to have in mind to sort of give yourself peace, that motivation to go out there and, find somebody to be the one. Whether that person is the one for you, but we never really think for ourselves, are we trying to be the one for them? Interesting. But not only that, it's just, like I said, that theoretical idea of looking for the one. When I already mentioned, nobody's perfect. Well, because of that, it's like, if you really think about it, there's really, in realistic terms, there's really no such thing as the one. What the reality is how much you and that person can last long. Because every relationship, in a way, not every single one, everyone is dealt with differently, but in some way, shape, or form, most relationship is similar to others. Like, maybe there's a situation that's going on between you and your girl, or you and your wife, or your lover, or whatever relationship status you have, and over in another state, somebody else is probably having it. You never know. It is what it is, basically. But what makes each relationship different is how they handle the situation, how they handle those crossroads, those bumps. There can be a guy out there that is married to a woman, or a woman out there that is married to a guy for about, let's give them like 50 years. Like, they've been married to each other for 50 years. And realistically, they probably will never still figure out that, hey, you're never really the one for me, and hey, I've never really been the one for you. But yet, they managed to stay together for about 50 years, have all those anniversaries and kids, And in realistic terms, they love each other so much that they battle out all the problems and situations. It's kind of like, as you can see, food. See, in order for us to ingest food, food has to be prepared. It doesn't matter who prepares it, as long as it's ready and we're willing to put it in our mouth and have it go down to our stomach and fill us up for the time being. That's kind of like a relationship. If you want the so-called perfect relationship, the relationship has to be prepared. It got to start from scratch and build its way up. You know, kind of like a natural sense instead of being forced. I mean, I've actually met a few friends that are married, but it's because, you know, in their culture, you know, they have to marry this person, so and so, or whatever, because that's how, in their culture, their family status setup was, you know, created, and they followed that path. And the suck part is, the spouse that they're married to, yeah, they're like kind of like good friends, but they're not really in love with each other. But yet they still put on a fake happy face and everything like that, you know, to please their family, because that was the family structure that was made in their family, which has to be passed down to them. I don't know if they plan on passing that same cultural structure down to their kids or their grandchildren. I never discussed that with them, but I'm just throwing that as an example. You know, I'm just, you know, shouting out my own opinion, because it's just, I just find it funny how, like I said, you know, I'm single, and already, because I'm going to be a groomsman to, you know, one of my good buddies, my pal, and stuff like that, he feels that, oh, since he's engaged, since he, you know, soon to be a husband, he felt obligated to start trying to help me out, which I'm not complaining, you know. You know what I mean? I stuff like that, I kind of, you know, see it as a good thing, like, you know, he's looking out for me. But at the same time, it's like I mentioned earlier, I'm not one of those people that complain about being single. I mean, trust me, I know a lot of single people that be like, oh, where's that one for me? Oh, my life sucks. Or, man, seriously, it's pathetic. Like, they go into a deep depression state. And the thing is, the reason why, I don't know if it's just me, but the reason why I don't really get into those states is because I'm comfortable being me. I'm confident in myself. Like I said, not everybody's perfect. We all have our issues. But one of the things I learned about myself is the longer I've been single, the more and more I learn more about myself and how I handle situations. And, you know, with that being said, eventually I probably will end up being in a relationship where I had to not only deal with myself being in a relationship, but the girl, or, you know, being in a relationship with me. There's going to be bumps in the road in the future. I already can tell. If you're in a relationship and not once did y'all ever argue or have a disagreement or a debate, or just seem to have everything perfectly smooth, everything, you know, peachy and clean, somebody's cheating. That's right, I said it. Somebody in that relationship is cheating. I don't care if it's for the love affair. I don't care if it's even about the sex. Something's just not right, you know. Like I said, every relationship's going to have its hurdle. It's going to have its problem. But it all depends on those two people who are in that relationship is willing to deal with. You're going to have some arguments? Okay, natural. You're going to have some fights? As long as it doesn't go physical. If you guys are willing to work things out in the relationship, especially if it goes to that step of a marriage. Now, another reason why I tend to sort of stay single, well, not really stay single, but the reason why I tend to be picky sometimes is because divorce is fucking expensive. I'm sorry. The wedding itself, normally those cost a lot of money. But why spend that much money on a wedding to be married with somebody you know you're not really in love with, or you really haven't got the time frame enough to get to know that person well enough to be like, yes, that is my wife. Or for the ladies out there to say, yes, that is my husband. And all of a sudden it becomes a divorce issue. That's going to be expensive. I mean, that's a lot of money put out there. But, you know, like I said, I mean, the way I see it is it's kind of like food. A relationship got to be start from scratch, and it had to build up into something that you want. There's really, in the realistic sense, there's, with all these people that we have here on this planet Earth, everybody always says, oh, there's going to be the one out there for you. Yeah, it's a possibility, but how do you know that one for you, supposed one for you, is not deceased, or is found in their mind somebody for them? But it is good to have hope and motivation for yourself. It all really depends on your confidence, your self-esteem. So, like I said, I mean, for me, being single, it doesn't bother me. I'm comfortable. I've been single for like years. Let's put in years. But I never been upset about it. I never been like, oh man. It's more like I just been like, cool. Cause well, not unfortunately, but it's more like me being single means I have to be the one when people have problems in their relationship. They end up coming to me for relationship advice, yet I'm the one that's always single. Yeah, you guys figure that one out, but for me, I think it's more like a opinionated thing. You know, just, you know, yeah. I'm hungry now, so I'm gonna go eat. So yeah, give me your thoughts. Do you agree, disagree? But other than that, oh, another thing before I forget, another reason why I kinda always been single is because I really don't care. If I'm in a relationship, awesome. If I'm not in a relationship, awesome. I saved myself some money on Valentine's Day and Sweeties Day, which I really don't know what day that is because I don't celebrate it. For Valentine's Day, I don't really consider it Valentine's Day. I consider it Singles Awareness Day. So, alright then. Later.